Hello, welcome back. We are continuing to work on public collections today. The goal for now, the current goal is to make the categories and tag dropdown on the side drawer now respect the URL in the same way that the link search component does. So in the last video, we made these links, the links displayed in the link search page or link search component, all of this stuff, fetch and render links for the given collection. So I need to move my computer back because I keep on slamming into it with my mouse and then clicking. So this RCQ this is a collection ID, and we are fetching the links for this collection and displaying them here. If I go back to my normal link page, if I just click Linkadex, I will see my individual links. These are links that belong to me. And then if I go to a random collection, I now see links for that collection, which is great and what we want. But what I also want is for tags and categories to do the same thing. And right now, tags and categories are just displaying the tags and categories that belong to my user. And instead, they should be displaying tags and categories that belong to the collection I'm on, if I'm on a collection page. Before we do that though, I just realized that this loading bar, this blue bar right here, is not doing what it's supposed to. So we're going to fix that real quick because I really liked that loading bar. What it's supposed to do is load and then disappear. That was also weird. What it is doing instead is nothing. So we're going to fix that real quick. So going back to the code, we are looking for the collection page. View collection page. Public collection view. Link search. Let's go down to render. This is a really big component. I need to break that up. Loading bar. Loaded link count and total link count. It's not doing anything. It's paginated links thing. Yeah, and we typed this. So yeah, it's just an array of links. So that should be fine. And then total link count, number or undefined, which just gets passed to this, which is just from this. So those should both check out. So we're just gonna see what's happening. Console.log. We'll do this for total links and loaded links. See what that does. Undefined and 250, and we don't know which one is which, of course. So okay, so now we refresh. We have loaded links, but we don't have total links. We're just missing total links. Okay, so if we go back here, total, oh, we're missing, how are we missing that? Oh, it's okay, so it's only used here, so I bet this is, something's wrong with this, so I don't remember what this looked like. Let's just find out. again. Data. Oh, that's the problem. It's called total collection links, not just total links. Easy fix. And then we need to fix the type. But then we're gonna, no, that's fine, because I was thinking then there would be a problem because we are, because this is a different variable, they're different. Total collection links is different than total links, and we're using total links for the user link page, and we're using total collection links for the public collection page, but that's fine because we're using our wrapper and this is where we're passing them in right here, so yeah, it's fine. So with that, I think that's actually going to just solve the problem. We'll remove the debugger and damn, okay. Close, but no joy. Total links, loaded links, so we're not, oh man, pagination's broken. I thought I just fixed pagination. I don't want to do pagination again. Okay. Well, okay. Struggles with pagination somehow continue. Really? Okay. This might just not be refreshing. No, that's okay. Okay. Collection.blast. We're looking for collection. This. Okay, so this is our collection. The last link we should have is testing 99. I search for testing 99. Yeah, so if I do like testing 11, though, I'm gonna have 3. Yeah, up until testing 49. And then as soon as I do testing 50, we're back down to 2. Yeah, so it is fetching links 1 through 99, 1 through 99, and then 1 through 49. So it's not getting the last 50. So this last query is grabbing them. Up until 49, and then this one is starting at 50 and going to testing 99. This is the last 50, so we are fetching the last 50, but we're not putting them in application state. So this is fetching 250 links. You can tell we have a lot more just by how much more scrolling is happening. And then, so we fetch 250, and then we do fetch the last 50, starting at 50. We're just going up to 60, 70, 80s, all the way up to 99. So that's the last 50, but we're not putting them in the state. The front end's not like something. Okay, so pagination is still messed up. Bummer. This limit we should just get rid of because it's not doing anything, but so we have the has next page. This does fetch more. I think I should probably just mess something up with this is my code. Link search is not re-rendering when I end up getting another page, second page of paginated links. Why? Okay, so let's check the Apollo cache. So they are in the cache, right? If I go back to network, yeah, okay, so they did make it to the Apollo cache. This is a React problem. React isn't seeing this as changing. So, okay, so I figured out what was going on with the pagination finally when it comes in context of public collections. So there was a step that I forgot that I did a long time ago with pagination the first time, and that's why it wasn't working. I ended up needing to go to the Apollo GraphQL docs. I was trying to get ChatGPT to help me with this for a while, but this was beyond ChatGPT's abilities, so docs it is. Luckily, I am actually pretty good at reading docs, so we figured it out. The problem is that Apollo was fetching the next page of links, but it wasn't storing that, it was caching them as a different query. We weren't merging those two queries together. The reason being, in our code, when you fetch more stuff, when you fetch more links, view collection page, public collection view, our query is, this is our query, and Apollo will store this data in the Apollo cache, and it keeps track of these variables. When you do the fetch more and you have a different variable for offset, it treats this like a different query with different data. It doesn't merge them together. The reason it does this is the fact that this happens makes total sense. If this was a fetch user, for example, fetch user with ID 1, ignore this other stuff, let's just say collection public ID is just a user ID. You're fetching user ID 1, and then you fetch user ID 2, you would not want the concept of user ID 1 and user ID 2 to be merged together, because then you'd have this Frankenstein aggregate of two users, and I don't know what that would look like, but it would be wrong. So for the same reason, when I'm fetching data here and doing the initial page, fetching the initial page, and then fetching a second page, Apollo is saying, hey, the offset is different. This is a different query. This is different data, and I'm going to store it somewhere else. I just touched the microphone. So we were never getting the second page. The second page was never being merged into the first page in Apollo's state. The way you get around this is quite simple. The Apollo docs detail this beautifully, and I, sure enough, did this a long time ago for links, which is why it's working for links, but it's not working for collection links. I just added all of this. You can see the green bar. This means this is all new code, and all I did was copy the exact same thing I had for links, add a key of collection links, and do the same thing. And now it works, and we are fetching the additional page. You can see the comments here of what actually is going on in the code. If I go back to my application now, and I refresh, I also added like several hundred more links as part of this collection to confirm that page 3 and page 4 would also load. So we have 700 links total right now. So that's 4 fetches, right? No, 3. We refresh. First page, second page, third page. I need to make that faster, but yeah. And so now if I say testing 99, I get all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There should be 7. And in our console logs, we have total links 701 and loaded links 701. So pagination is officially fixed. And if I go back to normal links, okay, wait. So collections, the bar fills up and then it disappears. Normal links. Normal links. Normal links. And normal links, the total link count is 537, but we've somehow loaded 750, which is not possible. And the loading bar goes and then, okay. We will fix that next. Damn. Did Did I? Ooh, what did I change? How could I break that? That was working. I just added a bunch of console logs. Public collection. I wouldn't have made link search, loading bar. There's just console logs. Link search. Let it is remove. Okay. So next. Whatever I did didn't just break. Okay. So fix loading bar. Public collection. Links. Close enough. And now we are going to fix this. Okay. Okay, so back to the loading bar. We're going to close the public collections page for a second. We don't need the drop down. Link search. Paginated link style. I don't even know how many. Okay, what user am I logged in as right now? This guy. Okay, so we go here. Okay, so I have 527 links. So the 750 number, how's it loading 750? Oh, okay, let's see what the queries are. So refresh. Okay, so we have offset 0, offset 250, offset 500. So, oh, but wait, why is it loading? Oh, okay. I just added 700. Okay, I just added 750 links to a collection that this user does own. So if I go, I can do collection 1, and I see this. I do testing. Okay, so something's going on there. Something's going weird there. I do okay, that's the problem. That's the problem. Oops, I made a bunch of users or a bunch of links, but I didn't give them a user ID. Gave them a collection ID, but not a user ID. Okay, so link where collection ID is that map do link dot user ID equals 12 dot save and category owner mismatch. Link category owner mismatch. Did I mess up the... Okay, well, there's only one link that has a category, which is this dude. Which does belong. Okay, I'm gonna make a note. I need the validate. Well, okay, so let's confirm that that actually did the thing. So now if I load personal links, we're good. Okay, so that was a data problem, but okay, we're gonna get rid of these console logs, but I want to make sure my validations are working, because we shouldn't be able to get into that kind of situation. Because okay, if I add a collection, sorry, if I add a category to a collection, these names are going to get terrible real quick. And then I do category.last. I'm not giving it a user ID. Okay. So collections should they need a user ID. It's a little redundant because the collection has a user, and then the no, it's owned by the collection. I dug myself in a hole here. So the problem is that categories have a collection ID and organization ID and user ID. At this point, I should probably make this a polymorphic table. So categories would just have an owner, and there would be an owner type and an owner ID. Owner type would be user, organization, or collection, and then the ID would be the primary key of whatever owns the category. But I don't want to tackle that right now. It's not hurting anything. 3 isn't a huge number. It is over the, like I have the do not repeat yourself rule of 2, and we are at 3, so we should go back and fix this per that rule, but I'm gonna punt on that for now. But so okay, so I don't want to add a I don't want to add a user ID to this category because the owner is the collection, not the user. I don't like that. I mean, it makes sense, but it's like it's clever, and clever things are typically not good. What's clever to one person is not clever for another, and your code should not be clever. It should be simple. This is not simple. This is clever. We're going to fix this though, because this is a bug and it's blocking us. So return unless category. I think we just need to do this, and then if self dot collection ID. So the link has a collection. Oh, so those links shouldn't have done that. Okay, we're actually collection links destroy. We're going to restart here because I don't know what's fresh. So okay, so we're gonna do this. So if a link has a collection ID and that collection ID does not equal the category's collection ID, we add an error. Otherwise, we're good. So that's fine. So, and if I add a let's say x.com, I'm going to add it to collection 1. And this is going to blow up. I mean, this isn't going to blow up, but this is going to cause a problem because then I need to refresh. I just press this, but link at x.com. Okay, link.class does not have a user ID. It does have a collection ID. Okay, so that's fine. So we want to go create a bunch more links for this collection in that same shape. I'm going to do it 600 times, so we have 3 pages. I'm going to refresh again. We fetch a lot more. That worked. Okay, so there what's happening is when we are fetching type links for a user, we fetch links where the current user ID, where the user ID is this, or the collection ID is one of these, current user.collections.map and ID. Let's just sanity check this. Current user equals u. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, there's a gazillion, 600 of them, and 601. So that's returning everything, and we know that because we are seeing that on the front end. If I go to my collection, I'm seeing all of the appropriate links, but I think this total links thing, yeah, right there. So we just need to do the same thing here. So and added it here, I just didn't add this part. Or our total links is not including the number of collection links we have. It's only including links that are private or that belong to an organization that the user is part of. It does not include, it wasn't including links that are part of a collection that the user owns, which was giving us an incorrect totals number, which blows up the user's links page, because suddenly the number of links you have on the front end is greater than the total number of links because our SQL query is wrong. So easy fix. Now this bar should load as we expect, and now pagination is fixed. Okay. Right. Okay, that was kind of silly, but we got there. I'm surprised I missed that and added that 3 weeks ago. Okay, I added that 3 weeks ago, and whatever. Mistakes happen. Cool. So we're going to commit that. And now we can begin what we actually were planning to do in this video. Okay, I think I'm actually going to finish this video here. We ran into some unexpected stuff, and this took longer than expected. It happens, it is what it is. We are now in a good spot though, so in this video we handled some cleanup that needed to happen and some bug fixes. In the next video, we are going to begin the tags and categories. So when you go to a URL for a given collection, we will only show the categories and tags for that collection. This will make more sense because it's also going to work for logged out users. Right now I'm logged in and I have categories and tags, but if I log out, this will still work. That's not what it's supposed to. Okay, things might just be in a weird state. Yeah, so well, this is supposed to. Okay, so we have some work to do with logged out users too, but that's fine. We will add that to the list. Stuff like this will always get found during testing. It's not a big deal. I thought I'd already whitelisted this URL or this query as like a non-logged in. Doesn't matter. In the next video, we are going to handle the sidebar and go from there. Thanks for watching. David out.